Do you have an unequally yoked spouse? Let's talk about the Queen Esther approach. One of the most common emails that I get is from women who have an unequally yoked spouse, either an unbeliever or someone who is not walking with Yeshua closely, not walking out the scriptures closely. And the woman is on fire, or she's deep in her relationship with God, and she's finding that her husband is not interested in the things that she's pursuing. So I always direct them to Queen Esther, because Queen Esther approached this so perfectly. Now, if you read any modern dating books, they will give you this approach, but they don't realize that it was in the Bible first. It always is. So what did Queen Esther do? The first thing Queen Esther did is she rallied support. She rallied support from people that were equally yoked with her, that were believers with her, and asked them to pray and fast with her before she approached her husband. Of course, you don't want to be doing this in a way that is gossiping or talking behind your husband's back. So you want to just ask for prayer for your marriage, prayer for your husband, and not give them all the details. Because once you start giving details, you're just gossiping. So keep that out of it. Next, you want to take some time to fast and pray and just intercede for your husband. Ask Father to work at his heart in the meantime before you approach him, so that his heart, the soil of his heart, will be tilled by the Holy Spirit before you even approach him with your request or the thing that you want to talk to him about. God's will is always that your marriage is equally yoked and it brings him glory. So you are praying in the direction of God's will, and that is a powerful thing. Next, you want to approach your man and ask him if he would join you for a nice dinner or whatever it is, however it is you want to talk to him. But I would suggest making a nice meal, or else perhaps planning a date night without the kids where you can sit down and talk to him. Don't tell him that you have something you want to talk about during this time, because then he will just be trying to figure that out, and it will probably just stress him out for no reason. The next thing that Queen Esther did is she approached her king like a king. Now, a man who has married you, who has built a family with you, is likely going to have a very soft spot in his heart for you. Now, we all know that relationships over time can change and ebb and flow, but if you approach him humbly like a king, and like you have a request of him, and you're very respectful in the way that you approach him, he will have a hard time not hearing you out. A man's number one need is respect, and that is very different from our number one need, which is love and affection. I have made a full course on biblical marriage topics. There's a link in my bio, so please come join us.